Hey everybody, remember that on Wednesday, the minted drop occurs. GetMinted.com, check their Twitter, know what your time zone is compared to the time zone of the drop. Make sure you're there. You can either get 1 or 2 Helium Hotspot miners. Now it also looks like H&T Services will be dropping some sense caps in Europe. So if you can get a sense cap, I would definitely get them. That being said, I have a Goldspot miner. That's a Goldspot right there. I just took that one out of someone's house a couple days ago because quite honestly, it was not working out with them as a host. And I'm going to take it down and connect it shortly somewhere else. But I wanted to show you right now, I've been testing it with Syncrobit versus a RAK. The RAK is definitely winning. I will be making a video on that another time. Also, in this whole testing process, as you can see, I've attached it to a battery backup that is powered by, solar panels. That's a 60 watt solar panel system. That's a 240 watt battery backup. And in a future video, I will definitely talk about this. Quite honestly, if you want to know my opinion right now, like I said, Syncrobit, not great, only gets about a quarter of the rewards that the minted is. I finally had to hook the minted up and test that. While the system seems to be working, I am probably going to bump this up from a 60 watt to 100 watt solar panels. And I'm not sure if I'm going to go with a 20 amp or a 40 amp battery, but I just feel like it needs a little more. And again, I'll talk about that in another video. In the meantime, I need to take this down and install it in Castle Rock. So let's go. So I am doing an install at a person's house who I met on Facebook, located in Castle Rock. Now I never have been to Castle Rock, but this person was getting a Bobcat miner, or they had just purchased one, which meant they won't see it for, I don't know, probably a little over 20 weeks from now. So we talked back and forth on Facebook, and I said, hey, I'll do a 50-50 deal with you. Let's set it up in your house. You can get some rewards in the process, learn how much you can really make in your location. And, you know, once 6 months comes by and you get your Bobcat miner, you can just pop it in place and you'll know exactly what you need. So he agreed, and I'm about to go down there right now. It's going to be another 30 minutes at this point. But I vetted their location, and the location was iffy. The positives are that they are located in Castle Rock, which, while it's mostly a green area, there are some overpopulated hexes, as it were. So I'm still hoping for positive rewards, but we'll see. The negative side is I'm not really sure about their particular geography and topography. In other words, I think they may have structures and other things that may be blocking the signal. And if they are blocking the signal to other areas of Castle Rock, then this is not gonna work out. But hey, might as well try. So you may see a future video on how this works, but I'm gonna post this now, and hopefully it'll be a great place. Okay, so we're here with Chad. Chad, how's it going?
Good, how are you doing,
now,
man?
I've never met Chad before. Seems like a cool guy so far, though. We've tried it outside. Wish you could have seen outside, get an idea of the landscape. A lot of hills around here.
Yeah, especially behind the house.
Yeah, so that was one of my concerns, and that's why we talked about before maybe putting it on the roof or something else. But I think at this point, this is probably the easiest thing to do, which is we're just going to go up into the attic and put this into the attic. Now, one of the reasons why you'd want to do something like that is if you just look right across the street, there's a house right there, and it'll probably block the signal. So at least being in the attic, we know is a better situation. Any future thoughts on that?
I don't think so. I'm just hoping as much witnesses as we can do. Like we said, the one transmit scale is over the east here. We want to try to hit that. And then kind of to the north towards Denver, not so much. So I guess as much distance as possible to the east and west.
So we're going to put it, we're going to put it as high up as we can. And I'll show you as we put it up there. And if that doesn't work, then in the future we can talk about other options. But one thing, people would say to me, we should use power over internet or something else. And the fact is, it's Chad's house. I don't want to be breaking walls or going through ceilings and stuff at this point, I just met the guy. So just something to consider. I know many of you think that just using an extension cord like this is kind of janky, but you got to do what you got to do first, and then you can make it pretty later.
Absolutely.
All right, let's do this. Do you need my help opening that up? Are you good?
No, I'm good. Probably open it up a little bit more.
Okay, so I think we got it straight here. We're going to plug it in. You can kind of see the attic. So the reason why I say what I say is because these, the plywood that's put around here is like 3/8 of an inch. So I think it's just easier for the signal to get through this than anything else. Even the window might be about equal. All right, let's connect it. So we got the Helium Hotspot and the 8 dBi antenna in the attic, and it's all plugged in. It was showing that it did need to catch up to the blockchain, so that may take, who knows, from overnight to a few hours from now. We'll definitely see. But once that's done, the other issue is that the router still hasn't been set to port forward. And the reason for that is we weren't familiar with the Netgear settings. Chad is going to figure that out, which is the great thing about having someone who's a 50-50 partner. He can take care of that end. If there are problems, he'll look into it. It's not something where you need to go out and try to take care of an issue every time there is one. So that is definitely why I suggest if you are going to be running your mining as a business, you're going to want to have people who will work with you as partners to make sure it's up and running and be compensated for it. Absolutely. So I just got home, got my paperwork signed, and I just realized that I did not assert a new location. So it's a good thing in the paperwork I keep an address listed that is useful for asserting the location. So let's find it. This is a short cloth peacock. And I need to press the cog and then choose to update hotspot. Okay, so this way we're going to update location. It does cost $10.55 to do this, but you got to do it. So change location. Now, it's hard to hit this search button at the top. I'm trying to hit it, but it doesn't. It's like right in the corner edge. There we go. And that's where I can enter in the address, so I don't have to go search for anything. Sorry, but I am going to fast forward to that point. I'm not going to show you that whole process. But as you can see, it finds the location that way. And yeah, I think I'm just going to assert it right on where it says. So I'm just going to confirm and hit submit. Okay, that is really the process, guys. Just so you want to know, you do need to reassert the location. You should already put in, if you haven't, well, I had already, so I didn't need to re-put it in. But as you saw in that process, there is the place to go under Update Hotspot and add antenna and, antenna gain and height. So I'm not putting any of that in. I'm good to go. But just something that you need to do, especially now because POC v11, I believe, has been enacted today. I'm not 100% sure at this time because of the blockchain issues and other things that were going on. I hadn't actually seen if it was active. Okay, I might as well verify this as we're talking about it. So POC v11 activation, they're preparing to add the following variables: POC version 11 and FSPL_loss at 1. I hadn't seen anything that said that this wasn't going to happen, although usually they tell you when it's finally implemented and that it has been implemented. And I think an hour later, when this ETL stuck at block height occurred, they been focusing on this all day. So I see a lot of information here. This was actually one reason why I wasn't sure if I should assert my location, because they had stopped everything. all these pending transactions were currently in the queue and they had stopped everything. So I didn't want to assert my location until this had been complete. But I believe it's all caught up as it says at the bottom. I'm assuming by this point tomorrow that we will have POC V11. So I will let you know if things change. But hey, I hope all of you are able to buy some new miners on Wednesday. I'm going to cross my fingers. I might even do a video to see me trying to buy a miner. I don't know. I don't really want any more right now, quite frankly. But it's interesting to see all the problems that occur during the purchase process. So cross our fingers that that doesn't happen. And to everybody, happy mining.
There we go.
Do you need my help opening that up? Are you good?
No, I'm good. Probably open it up a little bit more.
Yeah, you want to get it as wide a spread as you can.
You don't want it falling over.